Last time on the colony at Winter's Pass.
After the arrival of the peculiar gnome Pepinosia and the encounter with the miasma of wild magic, Kresh managed to track us down and catch up with the group. There was discussion of what to do next and where to go, and in the end we decided to continue north towards the mountains, and for now, the gnome has joined us. I'm not sure what to make of him. Not yet. The circumstance of his arrival seems oddly timed, and while it seems he has no shortage of words to share with anyone who will care to listen, I have reservations about trusting him farther than I can throw him. For now, at least. As we traveled northward, we eventually came upon a curious set of springs nestled in the foothills just shy of the range. It was a strange sanctuary of green amongst the frozen wintry continent, but a welcome respite from the cold as well. And after an incident involving some of the local berries, we decided to investigate the depths of one of those springs, when the glint of something metallic caught our attention. When I dove down deep to investigate the item, however, well, that's when things turned south. The odd box half buried in the muck burned horrendously and fused my hand to its exterior. I likely would have died had Eladon not dove in to help me, and Vitali not hoisted me out of the springs, and Sildalu not performed her unique variety of CPR. We discovered the box contained the remains of a fire elemental, which created more questions than it answered. But day had come to an end, and so we decided to rest for the night and continue our investigations the following morning. During the night, however, our group was visited. A small pack of Yeti seemed to take note of us, while they fished from the springs in the dead of night. A third, who was adorned in some sort of ritualistic apparel, watched silently and was gone come morning. I fear we've encroached upon the territory of some dangerous creatures.
Very nice.
Thank you.
You, yeah. So it's been a little while since we played, due to the holidays. But yeah, that is indeed what happened last time. Any questions before we continue?
Not presently.
Okay. Yeah. So y'all had just woken up from your night at the springs, and I believe y'all were heading back down the mountain with this box that contained the remains of a fire elemental.
Had we decided to take it?
Oh, I don't know. Did y'all?
Pepinoja would have had no reason to do so. So I will opt out of being involved in that decision.
Yeah.
He did not.
I will speak on Kresh's behalf. I think he wanted to take it back to the colony
I know he was interested.
to
Yeah, I think so.
to do something with it.
Understandable.
I mean, before. I mean, as before, you said it would take some time for the water to cool to see if that made a difference, and it has been overnight.
Yes, it has been overnight.
So may I check that now?
Yes, but speak up a little bit.
My mic is down. I'm sorry.
There we go.
Turn on my D&D mic now. Okay.
There you go. You put your hand in the water and it feels just like a tad cooler. It's still very warm.
I just can't tell if that was the only source of heat. But also, it would have been nice if the strangers had said something, you know. Well, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not entirely convinced that they could have spoken our language at the very least.
Oh, it was. Sorry, I meant to be rhetorical. Or not, and that's not even the word I meant. She drags her hands down her face because she meant to use it. Anyway, okay. So, how were we going to move it again? Is it we could hold the chest? Was that hot?
The chest is very hot.
Pepinoja would like to roll a perception check just to see. He doesn't feel alone right now. You know what I mean? Are there still creatures about?
Roll a perception
Forcefully.
check.
That is a big fat 4.
You do not see anything around. The rest of you watch as a bunny rabbit hops right in front of Peppernosia. One of the snow bunnies.
Does anybody
Mm.
else feel eyes on them?
Eyes?
I feel like I'm being watched.
And maybe also look around.
Sure.
Yeah, I will as well.
Okay.
I hear a dog.
Hmm. Wolves in the distance.
They sound cute though.
They do.
12.
And that's an 8 for me.
Okay. You look around and you guys see like the little animals that you have been seeing. There's some fish in the water, the snow bunnies, but that's it. That's all you see.
Is it snowing?
Yes.
Is there any trace of the tracks of the visitors?
Not from what you can see. Not with that perception check.
Okay. How far up was that other one again?
So y'all are like in this crevice type area, that comes to an end, and these pools are like in this. It's almost like a sharp horseshoe shape, and the sides of
Okay.
the horseshoe start to go up at a fairly steep rate. And the mysterious one that didn't come down, that was just watching you, was at the apex of this.
Hmm.
Can I start climbing up towards where he was standing?
Sure.
See if I can find anything.
Yeah. Go ahead and make another perception check for me.
Okay. Oh, that's rolling. That's rolling all over. Oh, that's even worse. That's a 6.
No, you can't quite seem to find exactly where he was at.
Okay.
How much higher does the mountain extend above?
It's probably a quarter of a day hike. And this is just the first actual mountain that you'll have come up on. There are more mountains past that.
I'll be honest, I'm not real interested in going higher just yet.
Well, what do you suggest?
Not a fan of mountaineering?
It's just I don't know what it is.
Discomfort.
Yeah,
Hmm.
more or less.
She nods. Since arriving in this place, I have felt great discomfort. Not only because of the survivalist tendencies I've been forced to adopt. He chuckles nervously.
Well, you have survived this long, so that is nothing to shake a stick at.
He shakes his walking stick as a pun.
Hey, I said don't do that.
Remind me, I'm sorry. I'm scared a little bit out of my wits considering our recent run-in with large furry creatures. What was our goal again? Where were we headed?
Weren't we just exploring, I guess? We did meet you, and
East. I believe we were heading east.
Looking for
What
the
was east?
relic, I thought.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes. Ancient relics. Yes. Ancient centaur relics, correct?
Maybe.
See?
That would be interesting. I was under the impression just general
No.
relics.
Yeah, so there were two types of relics that you guys had heard about. One was the dwarven crowns.
Right. Yeah.
The other was what Pepernosia was looking for, which was the satyr relics.
Satyr, the box.
Yes.
The Satyr one was to the north, which is the direction we were heading, wasn't it?
No.
We are going
No?
east
Really,
after
I
one of the
thought
crowns. I
there's
thought.
another crown.
You were
There's
heading
probably one.
north,
That's right. Yeah.
northeast to get to one of the crowns. Yes.
Okay, that was it.
The satyr town
That was west.
city was to the east,
Nope.
In the
East.
crater.
and there was another crown to the west, and the fourth crown, 1, 2, 3, yeah, was
Please never trust.
apparently uh, to the south. Hold on, I wrote it down somewhere. I just have to find it.
Roll survival.
Mm-hmm. Did not roll high.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Well, I'm glad
what was it?
we remembered why we're up here. Suppose we
Yeah.
left the chest if we were going to continue. We could put it back for safekeeping.
We would know where it is.
We would
Right.
also have to retrieve it again.
Piece of cake.
Yes, I feel the second time around we should be much better
Or-
equipped.
Prepared, right.
All right.
And, I mean, no, there may be other things down there, too. We didn't really... Did we look... Was there anything else in the pools besides that chest?
Nobody really looked, from what I remember.
We were all a little bit traumatized about it melting.
Mm-hmm.
Melting
True.
Ori's hand.
Somebody had their hand fused to it for a moment.
Well, it was a hot high five. And
You're a hot high five. God.
I... Sildilene blushes in confusion. I don't know if that was a comp. Thank you.
Peanuts.
Okay. Huh. Right. So, do we dump it? And then I point where northeast is, because Sildaloon knows. I do not know.
Yes. It's up the mountain.
I point up the mountain.
Okay. So you start trekking up the mountain?
We
Indeed.
dump it first.
You dump the chest back into the pond
Okay.
or the spring.
In that case, as you dump the chest back into the pond, how are you doing so? Are you just like tipping it over, or?
No, I want to keep it in the chest. Can we
Okay.
keep it in the can we lower it? How do you do? It's heavy though. It should like fall in one.
Oh shit.
Hmm?
It did have a lock and it doesn't anymore, huh?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there a temporary thing we can? Oh, will it melt? What kind of metal is this? Tali?
Can I do a metal check?
Sure. Roll a nature check.
7.
Oh shit.
It's been in the water a long time. It's hard to tell.
That's metal for sure. She like bangs her hand on it and it clings a little bit.
Dang.
Which hand are you banging on it?
The metal one. I said it clings.
Oh, okay.
A little cling cling.
All right.
What kind of metal, if I may ask, is your hand?
I don't know if I have that figured out canonically.
Hmm.
She shrugs and says, "Magic."
You know that. I don't know what else I expected.
I didn't make them.
No, it's a valid answer, honestly. I don't know quite how they work. Not my business. Well, it is if I'm gonna be. Anyways, you're a paladin.
Mhm.
I point at her. She's a paladin. She heals too.
I have an
Okay.
idea.
Yeah.
I am going to take one of my daggers and try to lodge it into the latch and bolt area to keep it shut.
Good idea.
Okay. Yeah. So you slide your dagger into this latch where the lock used to be, and it seems like it's fine.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to go ahead and remove one dagger from my possession then.
Okay.
oh, hang on. You don't have to touch it at all. Can I use mold earth? Are we ready to move it now?
I think this will keep it shut.
Right. Okay. I would like to use mold earth. I want to find a rock because I don't want this cube of dirt to dissolve once it hits the water. I don't know if that'll happen.
Sure.
Um,
Well, I mean, when dirt hits water, it just becomes mud, so I'd allow it.
It'll okay. What either? Yes, I just want a solid platform to pick up this. Oh, how heavy is it?
It's not light, but it's not super heavy either. It's kind of it's a hefty chest, but it's not.
Okay.
It's like the weight of an anvil.
Okay. Then can I use a mold earth to levitate it up and into the ground, or into the water? I can do it up to 30 feet until I lose.
Yeah. Say that's not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah. So you mold your earth, and it picks up the chest, and it starts gliding across the ground. And then it turns into mud as it hits the water, and then the chest starts to sizzle as the water starts to touch it,
Ooh.
and the water starts to boil around the chest. How deep are you taking it?
Uh, do I have to set it? Are there ledges?
So, in the center of this pool, it drops.
Okay. So like around the edges, it's not as deep.
It's deep enough to, get in and sit there.
Okay. Well, don't think we should leave it too close to the surface, but should we put it all the way back on the bottom? It may be easier to get if we need to. If we What do you
If we
think?
leave it too close to the surface, it's probably just going to boil off that surface water.
Yeah. That is true. Well, I don't mind putting it right back as long as we can. We'll know where it is. And I will place it on the bottom.
Okay. Easy enough. You get your mold earth to a point where you can drop it straight down into the hole, and it just starts floating down.
I wave.
It waves back.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, it was sentient.
It sprouts an arm and suddenly it's a mimic.
Oh no. Oh.
Not the first time in this game.
True.
Yeah.
All right. So for a moment, the top of the water, it's boiling pretty heavily, but then as it gets deeper and deeper, the boiling subsides, and it's obviously still hot.
Yeah.
But it's not boiling near the surface.
Hot springs again. Well, hotter. It was always kind of hot. Okay. Are we ready?
Vitali continues to ascend the mountain.
Oh shit, she's already okay.
Pepinoja follows.
Following after.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Let's do it.
Vitalia, you're leading.
Sure am.
Make a survival check.
Mm,
I'm gonna
damn
do my
it.
job and assist.
Okay.
Thank you.
Roll with advantage because you're being helped.
Wow, that's so much better. 14.
14. Okay. Yeah, and I actually need somebody to roll a d8 for me.
I'm gonna do it. I want to participate.
Okay.
I want a D8. That's a 4.
A 4. Some heavy clouds start to roll in, and lightning starts to crackle through the sky.
I should have checked the monitor.
And
I should have checked my weather app. Damn.
it's so cold that the rain starts to hail down upon you.
I'm gonna quickly try and find us a place to take cover.
Okay.
Either like a cave in the mountain or like, thick enough trees and whatnot.
I
Okay.
will assist.
All right, go ahead and roll a perception check.
All right. That will be a 12. With assistance, do I get advantage?
Yes, with assistance you get advantage.
Haha, one better. That's a 13.
13. You're looking around, and it's fairly obvious that there's a cave a little further up the mountain.
Start heading up that way.
Okay.
Are there, by chance, any tracks leading in that direction already?
Not that you can see.
Fair enough.
Um,
Wait.
you
You said it's raining?
Hailing.
It's hailing.
Oh, okay.
It's essentially you rolled for the weather,
Yeah.
and you hit a certain thing, so it is
Yeah.
a
I'm sorry.
thunderstorm, but the hail is coming down because
Right.
it's so cold.
I misunderstood. Yeah, that's what I was like. I thought you said raining. I'm like, how the fuck is it raining?
Yeah.
I misheard.
So, um, yeah, you get to the cave, and what do? It goes back quite a ways.
Keep getting chased from cave to cave. We're not at the top though, yeah?
Almost, but not quite.
I guess it's as best place as any. I'm gonna get, far enough into the cave that the hail's not getting us. I'm gonna just kind of like pull out kindling and start a small fire.
Okay.
Good idea.
Mm-hmm.
We'll chill and we'll wait out the hail.
Okay. This this storm is incredible. It's like no weather that you have seen before. Um, the hail that is falling is electrically charged.
Oh.
And as it hits the ground, instead of lightning coming from the sky, every once in a while you see as enough of these pieces of hail hit the ground, the lightning shoots up.
Oh, fun.
Oh, that's concerning.
Wow.
It's actually quite beautiful as you guys sit there and watch it. But you're very glad you're in the cave.
Yeah, no kidding. Can we see any? I mean, what's the visibility? Yeah, I guess we.
It's about as visible as if it were thunderstorming and raining really hard. Except that these pieces of hail, you can see a little bit further when they shoot up the electricity.
This place never ceases to amaze me.
It is quite different. I am really gonna be afraid of a hailstorm in the summer. That seems like a fire hazard. Wait a minute, hailstorms don't happen in the summer. Sorry, it's been a long day.
No, I mean, you're not necessarily wrong. It definitely depends on the environment, though.
True. Oh, we don't know
Let's
much
say we're
about
watching hail shoot lightning into the sky. I wouldn't put
Hmm.
much past this place right now.
Very true. Very, very true.
True. Yeah.
I want to grab one. I will not because I feel like I would die. However, would anybody be willing to go out there and get me a sample? Probably no, but just in case, figured I'd ask.
If I weren't 60% metal, I absolutely would.
Understandable. Thank you very much for your supposed volunteering. In that reality where you are not made of metal, science thanks you.
Are there any
Science is
close?
welcome.
Are there any close enough from the entrance that you could scoot one in with a quarterstaff?
You could certainly
Perhaps.
try.
Well, my boots are made of leather. Do I have anything rubber on me, perhaps, Mr. DM God?
I don't know, do you?
Has rubber been invented?
Well, rubber is actually harvested from a plant, from a tree specifically. It's the bark of a tree.
How is
No,
it
I'm thinking of
made?
cork. I'm thinking of cork. Never mind.
Well, rubber is
Actually,
a
yes.
rubber
Oh,
tree plant.
Yep.
yes.
You're
Rubber
correct.
should definitely be. Yes, exactly. It should be the flesh of the rubber tree.
I just don't know how it's made.
Processed. Is several preservative materials added in order to change the chemical state of it. But naturally, in its own state, should not conduct electricity very well.
So-
Anyway, leather boots though. That should probably work. No, hold on. Wooden staff, probably a better idea. No water running through it. Yep. Okay. He goes over and tries to scoot it in with his quarterstaff.
Okay. Easily
Well,
enough.
while the gnome is doing that too, I'm gonna take some of my rope and start tying it to the inside of my shield.
Okay. Easy enough to scoot in some of the hail. It is already starting to melt by the time you get it into
I'm gonna
the
roll an
cave.
Arcana check on it.
Okay.
That is a 13.
13. You're not 100% certain, but there is like what it is, but there is something about it that has magical qualities for sure.
I'd like to cast an Identify spell on it.
Okay.
Do I learn anything interesting about it?
For a second I was like, okay, are you gonna roll or like what?
No, I don't.
No,
I don't need
it's
to.
it's identify. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely has some kind of old nature magic that is still running within this water. You're not certain if it is specifically like this droplet of water or if it's something else. But there is for sure um, some kind of druid craft here.
Hypothesis: is this condensed fog?
Um, it is not multiple types of magic. No.
Okay. This is not condensed wild magic fog. This is simply water that has been enchanted with some sort of druidry, an evocation spell, causing it to be very conductive, overly conductive.
Have I ever heard of that before?
Um,
Druidcraft
make a
in weather?
history check. Well, druidcraft and weather, yes, absolutely.
I suppose it would be an enchantment rather than an evocation
What?
spell, right?
Yes, more of an enchantment.
I guess not so much druidcraft in weather, more so like random instead of someone causing it. Is that normal? I don't actually know.
I mean, you've obviously thunderstorms are a thing, right? Like lightning and water.
Right.
But this
to combine them,
particularly, you have never heard of this before.
I feel
But
that there's
yes,
many.
you have heard of druids who have been able to create storms that then can control lightning.
But have I heard of? We don't know of a druid casting it. If this was a random weathered pattern,
Right.
as far as we know.
That part of it is a little odd.
Okay.
To naturally occur other than like, hey, a thunderstorm.
Yeah. This is not.
is
Yes, this is not
well,
something.
and I mean the thing is druidcraft is calling upon the natural elements. So a thunderstorm, yes, like that's druidcraft because that's what you're calling on.
Yeah, but I mean, you answered like as far as random occurrence.
Real quick note. I just want to mention while they're all doing that, I'm venturing in about 30 to 40 feet further into the cave and just looking around for signs that it's been used recently.
Make an investigation check. And while he's rolling that, Eladon, what are you doing with your shield?
I was tying some of the rope to it, to the inside of the handle.
Okay.
It was mainly just in case something happened when they were, using the staff on the brain.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
And that was a 22 on investigation.
22. You start going in deeper, and as you begin to look around, you start to see signs of habitation. A footprint here. A campfire there.
Can I tell how old the campfire was?
With that roll, you put your hand over it, and it is cold, so you're pretty certain it was not within the last 24 hours.
And the footprints, can I tell about what size they are? Are they
Hmm,
humanoid or
They're
more
about,
Yeti sized?
yeah, they're probably good estimation of Yeti size.
Okay. I'm going to head back to the rest of the group and report what I found.
Okay. By the way, you did not by far reach the end of the cave.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Okay.
Oh, what?
There's sign that we're not the first people to be here.
What'd you find?
Oh, there was an old campfire. I found some footprints of considerable size. If I had to guess, I'd say the Yeti were possibly through here before us, though I can't tell how long ago.
Show me.
I'll bring them over to the campfire.
Okay.
Follow.
Yeah.
I can't. Wait,
Investigate.
how dark is it over here?
At that point, it's pretty dark.
Yeah, I'm going to throw up the dancing lights cantrip.
Okay.
Much appreciated.
Oh, you're doing dancing light cantrip?
Yeah, I'm going to put is it 3 or 4 globes? I think it's 4.
I don't know. What does it say?
Or you can make one big one. I think.
Yeah, up to 4 torch-sized lights within range. So I'm gonna just kind of have them in like a grid square pattern around the campfire area.
Okay.
Got a dirty 20 on my investigation check.
You notice the same thing that Orson noticed.
Okay.
Is there anything in the camp? You said it's a campsite, like a fire. Is there like anything else besides that? Bedding?
No bedding. There's some rocks that have been placed in a position that look like maybe it was used to sit on or something. You're not real certain.
There wouldn't be remnants, possibly, of leftover food they might have eaten, or traces of what kind of food they eat.
Not at this location, no.
Okay.
I mean, you've seen them catch fish.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yes, you
They're
know that.
pescatarians.
Did we were we able to tell that if they went further into the cave?
The footprints lead out and in.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little further into the cave to see if I can kind of see like how far they may have ventured in.
Okay. The cave is a lot bigger than you would have originally thought. As you start to go deeper, is it just you or is everybody following?
I'll follow,
Yeah,
most
so
certainly.
the lights
Cut,
coming off.
cut the lights if you're gonna follow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wait.
I'll
I'll turn into a bat.
Okay.
Wait, I can't
Wait.
fly.
Wait,
we're
hang
doing
on.
some deep diving spelunking. Is that what you all are doing?
Wait, hang on. So we are going deeper into the cave and there are no lights?
Well, I can take point because I can see better in the dark than just about anyone here, believe. And my lights, I can keep them behind me to illuminate the way behind.
I just don't want the lights to give us away if they're still here.
Right, but also half the party can't see.
Look, the last time we met them, they seemed not aggressive necessarily. I mean, we are in their home, though.
Also, for what it's worth, I don't think this storm is going to last very long. I don't think that it's a smart idea to go looking for trouble, if you feel me. We could stumble upon their camp, and even if we don't, have any lights, things could still get aggressive. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of darkness either.
I think I'll be staying at the mouth of the cave, thank you.
Pepinoja nods and goes and stands behind Vitali.
I literally just want to scout in enough to make sure they're not just around the bend. I'm not gonna go too deep in this cave. I don't like caves. I don't like cramped spaces.
Yeah.
Okay, well then you, my good man, have fun doing that.
Well,
And
I will stay
I'm
here
going to.
with the large, very strong centaur woman. Who's
I
very...
will be going with him.
Okay.
I think it's worth it to take a look. Just be careful.
So who's going
Ellen
in?
gives them the nods and turns to go in.
I'm right along with them,
All right.
and I will
I'm going
douse
to the
the.
mouth. Yeah.
I will douse the cantrip.
Okay. Um. So, what are you guys looking for exactly?
I'm just what I'm exactly looking for is to just make sure that they didn't go in and are still further in the cave.
Okay.
'Cause I just don't want to be hanging out at the mouth of the cave and then come up on us.
Yeah, want to kind of stealthily make our way in further, just to make sure that if there are any there, we know it, and if not, we'll know that they can't sneak up on us.
Okay. So both of you roll perception checks.
Okay.
And stealth checks if you're trying to be stealthy.
Okay.
So that is a whopping 14 on the perception check and a 17 on stealth.
22 for both stealth and perception.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. Just checking something. Interesting. All right. So you walk around the bend, and you look around, and this cave opens up into what is somewhat of a spherical room, from what you can tell. How far can you see, Eladon? 60 feet? Okay, so
60 feet, yeah.
Eladon, you look around and you see footprints that go in, but you can't see the edges of the room.
Okay.
So you can't quite tell where they go. Oracine, Ori, you look around the room and you see at the other end of the room there's like this crack in the wall that looks like it leads deeper in. And the footprints seem to disappear through that crack. And it's as you're turning to tell Eladon this that you turn, and at this point you're in this fairly confined like passageway. So you maybe got, I don't know, 5-6 feet on each side of you, and the roof is a little bit low. And you turn, and you're face to face with one of these Yetis. Eladon, you haven't seen this Yeti yet.
Okay.
Wait, so I turn to Eladon and there's a
As
Yeti in my
as
face?
as you're turning, you like are turning next to the wall, and there's a Yeti right there, face to face. It's leaning over, looking right into your eyes.
I will stay very still and I will kind of reach back and kind of tap Eladon on the arm.
I turn to look.
And you see a Yeti inches from Ori's face.
Is it doing anything?
It kind of is baring its teeth at Ori, but it is deathly quiet.
It's just standing there.
Stone still.
Is it petrified?
No, you can see that its eyes are moving.
Oh, well, that sucks for us. Um,
I'm gonna kind of tug on Ori to like back up, and I'm gonna start backing up too.
Okay. As you begin to back up, it stays inches from your face, Ori, and just walks you back out of the bend. And then when
so
you
it's
get to
not.
the bend, it stops. So like when you get to the main part of the cave that you had come into,
Do
it
we see them
stops.
backing towards us?
You see them backing up, but you do not see the Yeti.
Uh, guys,
Just
you
a
okay?
moment.
Oh.
I'm gonna not back up farther than what it's already been, pressed me to back up, but I'm going to kind of stand my ground and just. This is just a hunch I'm playing. I'm gonna speak to it. I'm gonna say, "Can you understand me?"
What language are you saying this in?
Common.
It makes no indication that it understands you.
And I will repeat it in Elvish,
It makes no indication that it understands you.
just for the sake of being thorough. I will repeat it in Thieves' Cant.
It makes no indication that it understands you.
I want to walk forward to see what the hell he's doing. He's just
You walk forward, and let me just check. Wait, am I missing? Hold on, Ori, Pepinoja, Vitalik. I am. I'm missing you.
aha.
Campaigns.
I'm missing link.
I'm a hacker.
Where? Soul balloon. There we go. Where did your? That's weird. I could have sworn I opened up your thing. Okay, so you do not have dark vision.
I don't.
So you walk up,
Squinting at the dark, like
and
what?
all you see is dark, and Ori and Eladon just standing there, looking into the dark.
Did you?
Um, as Sildaloon approaches, though, Ori, uh, the fangs, the grimace on this Yeti's face grows more snarled. But again, no noise escapes it.
I keep walking up towards y'all.
Do I hear her approaching at this point?
Um,
Sildalin, that is?
yes, I would assume she's talking, or she has spoken.
Yeah, I'm just honestly, what are you guys look? What's going on? What's out there?
Hold on. There's another. There's a Yeti.
Are you? Oh, are you trying to talk to it?
Attempting, yes. Succeeding, however, it would appear not.
What'd you try?
Uh, Common, Elvish, and Thieves' Cant.
I say hello to it in giant.
Ori, the Yeti doesn't seem to respond.
Yeah, nothing. No dice.
Ah, dang.
But
You're awful big.
does it seem oddly silent to anyone else?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from it.
No, I mean, you can hear each other. You can hear the sounds of the cave and the hail and the lightning and thunder from outside.
But this thing moved without making any noise when it was following us out?
This thing rolled a really hella high stealth check.
Jesus.
A rogue. Okay. So what are we? Is it does it just look like a regular old? Oh, is it a Yeti we've seen before? Do you recognize it?
Do I
Um,
recognize it?
Oh yeah, that's Bob the Yeti. We met him at the snow cone
The
factory.
one wearing the hat?
Yeah, I mean,
Real quick,
could be
um,
one of the Yetis that you saw before.
are we like stopping here to make camp, or are we just sheltering from the electric hail?
Very dangerous hail. Yeah,
We
that's
were
what
just
I thought we
sheltering
were
from the
doing.
hail. Yeah.
Is it still coming down?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have a choice?
Uh,
Sure,
I'm
you could always brave it.
Vitaly is like aware of the shenanigans going on back here at this point. Yes.
Yeah. So's Peppernosia.
Vitaly would like to get up and offer the Yeti some rations.
Dang it, I was just going to do that.
So you walk back there, and you don't have dark vision either. And
Are we still in the dark zone?
at
Are we
this,
in the dark zone?
Yeah.
wherever this thing is, it is in a dark area.
Okay, well I'm standing with my party. I'm not going any farther.
Okay, you look into the dark and nothing.
I'm gonna hold out the rations to the darkness.
Okay.
Can I take the rations from you and then further extend into the Yeti?
What kind of rations are they?
Fish and chips.
It's just the basic rations. It says jerky, dried fruit, hardtack, and nuts.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check, Vitali. By the way, when Vitali walked up, this creature's fangs appeared to get even bigger.
16.
16. Okay. You all hear a sniff, and then out of the darkness, a giant furry hand reaches out and with 2 fingers takes the rations out of your hand and then disappears back into the darkness.
I'm there.
Ori
I'm
and
there, fun.
Eladon, you watch as they, with one lick, eats these rations, not even unwrapping them.
Did you taste it at all, buddy?
No response.
This is probably the most positive reaction we've seen yet. Well done, Vitaly.
Yeah, we made a friend, and we can presumably stay here without being attacked by
Is
the
he still
mysterious
bearing?
floating hand in the dark.
He seems to be blocking the passage.
Or
I
just
mean,
leave him alone.
Seems like he doesn't want us to go any further, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
Stay out of my room.
Same here.
I'm going to just back away, back towards our campfire.
Yeah, I will back away as well, just one step at a time, facing him the whole time.
Okay. At a certain point, you lose sight of him just because of the way the cave is shaped. But yeah, you can back away towards the entrance.
Well, it's confirmed. Yetis are there.
Yeah.
Well, at least one.
Maybe he'll put in a good word for us to the other Yetis.
Maybe.
It is quite surprising. They are very severely territorial creatures.
Well, how many people do they see roaming around?
Well, in my experience, they tend to attack on sight and ask questions later, as it were.
I'm
But
gonna
now
sit
we
down
have
and
offered them
eat a
a
ration.
snack.
And we've bathed with them practically. We're family at this point.
We're not imposing on them. Just leave them alone. We'll leave as soon as the hail is over.
A few moments later, the Yeti that you had seen at the top of the hot springs emerges from the back of the cave.
Oh shit. Wait, I can't see her. Never mind.
At this point, you can. There's
Oh
enough light
shit.
coming from the mouth of the cave that you can see. And the Yeti is adorned in what looks like strings of different plant fibers, different colors, carrying a staff. And it very slowly approaches you and looks over all of you and grunts. This deep, guttural.
Oh.
Like, are we talking like this could be like a druid yeti
You're not
kind of
certain.
look to it?
Think like tribal
Okay.
shaman type look,
Okay.
but
I
that may or may not be its position. You don't know.
Yeah.
That's just the look.
Can I use detect magic?
You certainly can.
I would like to do so. I just want to see if this one actually is using magic or if she's carrying anything or they're carrying anything.
Okay. So you cast detect magic, and immediately your magic fizzles.
Oh. Uh,
And the Yeti is looking at you rather displeased.
oh, okay. I look like I'm a child with her hand caught in the cookie jar. I put my hands up and yes. Sorry.
Vitali,
Hmm?
I don't suppose you could ask Auric if he knows how to speak Yeti.
Suppose there's no harm. She looks over to Auric.
I don't
Yeti?
know what kind of creature these are.
That's what I figured. Yeah, we got nothing.
Never seen one of these in my life.
Yeah, nor have I.
Big
We've got nothing.
bubbling dumb creature it looks like.
No need to be rude.
Oh, I'm just
I-
saying what it
didn't mean
looks
to be
like.
rude. I just wanted to check to see if we were in date. I mean, I'm sorry. We're
No, you're fine. Sildalin, you're fine.
uh
Auric, we are a guest in their home.
The
oh, you mean okay, sorry.
the Yeti is looking at all of you kind of confused, and then grunts again.
I will grunt back,
Maybe she's hungry.
and I will.
Yeah, I'll offer a ration since I was eating one myself.
Okay. When you hold out the ration, the Yeti will eye it cautiously, give a kind of a quick side glance back towards the back of the cave, reach out, grab the ration, and eat it in one bite.
I'm gonna take another bite out of mine, what I'm currently eating.
Wait, who offered it?
I did.
No,
Eladon.
it took your whole ration.
Oh, I was eating one and I gave it another one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Figured it'd be rude to give like a half-eaten ration to it.
after eating that ration, the Yeti sits down and, still very cautious and eyeing you guys sideways, reaches into its fur and pulls out some kind of fruit. Takes a small bite and then holds it out to you, Eladon.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll look over the fruit real quick. It's not one of those berries from the hot spring, is it?
It is not.
Okay. I'm gonna take a bite out of it.
Okay. Um, it's like a mango mixed with a pineapple.
Hmm.
It's very juicy and it immediately begins to warm you up.
Huh.
And
That's interesting.
the Yeti looks at you and make an insight check.
Okay. That's an 18.
Okay. You get the sense that it wants you to pass it around.
Okay, I'm gonna pass it to the next person next to me. That'd be Ori.
I'll take it and take a bite and
Okay.
pass it along.
Yeah, it's delicious.
I will nod and grunt again to the supposed leader.
Every time you grunt, the Yeti kind of looks at you like, what the hell?
All right. We'll discontinue that.
So do y'all pass it all around the group?
That was my intention.
Vitali is going to pass.
When
Okay.
it comes to Pepinoja, he'd like to roll a nature check on it.
Okay, go ahead and roll nature.
Critical fail.
Okay.
Ooh.
Do
I
you
have a fine nature mod, but oh boy,
Happens to the best of us.
do you eat the fruit?
I do not eat the fruit. I do not eat the fruit.
Okay.
I would like to look at it. I want to eat. Oh, sorry, are you done with?
No, go ahead.
Um,
Did you eat the fruit? Sorry.
Me?
Let's go back. Who ate the fruit and who didn't? Let's get a count.
I did.
Eladon did.
Vitali did not.
All right, so that's 3 people did, 2 did not. Is that right?
After inspection, like sniffing, checking, are there seeds?
There are.
I don't know nothing about seeds. I personally don't even know what to ask. Okay, well, I mean, I'm going to try it, but I
Okay,
want to sniff it.
You sniff it and it smells like a campfire.
Interesting. Now I'm just gonna eat it out of curiosity. That's weird.
Yeah, tastes like a pineapple mango mix. And it immediately warms you up. Like you've taken a shot of whiskey, but without the alcohol.
It's really good. You guys sure you don't want to nibble?
Okay. Um
Yeah, I'm very sure.
ooh.
Suit
As
yourself.
the fruit gets back to the Yeti holds it out again to Vitali and Peppernoja.
Pepinoja probably caves to social convention and takes a bite. Yeah.
It's delicious. It warms you up.
Pepinoja nods, still worried, and hands it back.
This is the party wipe.
Vitali, do you eat the fruit?
I respectfully decline.
Okay. The Yeti stands and looking at Vitali points at the mouth of the cave.
Is she kicking you out?
I think
Uh,
it would have been wise to take a bite.
Not falling over dead. It's pretty tasty.
She goes to sit at the edge of the cave, like the inside.
The Yeti walks you to the cave and is like pointing out of the cave.
How big is this Yeti?
Bigger than you.
Fuck. Okay.
I see a theme in all of your characters so far.
It's still raining lightning hail, huh?
Yep.
Vitali holds her hand out for the fruit.
Make a persuasion check. You've rejected it twice.
I got a 10.
Ooh, she does not offer the fruit.
If we see her like continuing to press on, I feel like we should speak. Hey, what do we say?
Pepinoja bows.
All of you make a perception check too, real quick.
Huh.
That was gonna be so good, and then it
And that
wasn't.
that fruit was so
9.
tasty. Like I just, oh, the warmness. I critical one.
Oh,
7.
15.
Vitaly?
Oh, I assumed that was intended for everybody else.
Nope, everybody.
11.
Okay. None of you notice until the two other Yetis are like right up on the group that the other two Yetis have appeared.
Oh,
So
Oh
it's
man,
3 Yetis in total.
Mm-hmm.
look. I think this may be a point where we bow in deference because going out in that storm is not really an option.
And we can try.
So as you're having this conversation, the two Yetis that have come up behind you sit down amongst the group,
Oh,
and they're just kind of watching the other Yeti point out of the cave, looking at Vitali.
Think we've been accepted into the tribe.
but not all of us. Is there one? Or have these Yetis been fed? Have these Yetis been feddy?
That made me laugh louder than I thought it would.
Fantastic.
um, you I mean, one of them apparently has had a ration. You're not really certain, though, which one it was,
Oh, shit.
because you couldn't see.
Oh, okay.
Can
That's fair.
can I approach the leader?
You can. The question is, do you want to?
Yes.
Okay.
I
So
don't.
as Eladon gets up and starts approaching the leader, the two Yetis sitting down, one of them kind of like hits the other one in the shoulder and just like, "Hey, watch this."
Okay.
What do you do, Eladon?
I'm just gonna like I don't know if you can understand me or not, but I do want to apologize for our friend here. She can be stubborn. Would you please give us one more chance to allow her entrance?
Um, the the Yeti, for a good moment, does not take her eyes off of Vitali and is still pointing out into the storm. And make a persuasion check.
All right. Something Elodon is so good at. Let's see if that pans out. Oh, 15.
15. Um, for a moment, this Yeti doesn't understand your language. So what are you doing to convey?
So I'm kind of taking this as I would from the animalistic side, kind of coming over, having kind of almost a lower body posture to show a little reference. And then just kind of like, I don't know, like eyeing Vitali, eyeing them, kind of lowering my head a little bit. Um, just letting instinct kind of talk through my body to try and convey that she is a part of our group and we apologize and would like for her to have another chance there.
Okay. Um, the Yeti, again, it takes a moment, but after a moment of looking back and forth between the two of you, the arm drops, and the Yeti reaches into its fur and pulls out what is now a fur-covered piece of fruit and hands it to Vitali.
Vitali takes it and takes a bite.
It tastes good. It would have tasted better earlier.
Tastes scary.
Now you've got like fur in your mouth.
Extra magic.
Yeah, it warms you up, and the Yeti turns and walks over to its compatriots and sits down. Just is kind of like watching you guys.
Whew, well, that was close.
Going to
Nice.
walk over and sit down.
Same here.
Okay.
Is there
Nice.
a you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out one of my arrows and just start kind of drawing images, crude images on the ground of like some of the creatures we've come across so far.
Okay. And actually, just to confirm, have y'all lit a fire?
Yes.
Okay, the Yetis are far away from the fire.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they don't like that.
They
Can
I kind of assumed that while everybody else was spelunking, Vitali and Pepinoja had set up like a little bit of a temp camp at the front of the cave.
okay.
Yeah, like laid out bedrolls or something.
I wouldn't say bedrolls, but like we at least set up a fire and like got snacks started.
All right. Yeah. So these Yetis are like they don't really seem afraid of the fire. They just don't appreciate it.
Oh. Well, we seem perhaps maybe not to need it after that.
I'd say
Fruit.
put it out.
Mhm. Go right ahead. And Pepinoja steps away from it. If anybody's got like water or something.
I have druid craft. I can snuff out a small campfire.
Oh, dope.
Would that be wise though, considering what happened with Vitali's magic?
Ah,
I have done no magic.
no, it was. You're right.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Whoever did the detect magic.
Well, I didn't say it. I mean, I still got caught. Okay. Right. We can do this the old-fashioned way. And I will approach it with I mean, we put it out. Can we just produce? Just put it out. Just stamp it out. Is it a big fire?
I would imagine probably not. Easy enough to stamp out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
To
take
help
it out.
stamp it out.
Yeah, and the Yetis kind of grunt in approval.
We applaud.
Yes, bravo. You destroyed that nasty fire.
Good show.
Couldn't have done it without you.
The other one still grunts. Just
Adjusts
feel
the
like I need to
monocle.
clarify. I need to clarify that when I was doodling in the ground with the arrow, I was doing it near the Eddies.
Yes.
Just a point of
What are you
clarification.
drawing?
Well, first I'm gonna draw the giant snail and the rabid unicorns and the crown that we saw, just to see if they react to anything.
I mean, they kind of are like, okay, whatever you drew. Actually, make a performance check.
Oh, good. Just what I'm great at.
We all huddle around to watch because this is an art show.
Mm-hmm.
13.
13. They're passable. They're not like excellent depictions, but they're passable. You could tell what things are. When you draw the snail, they're like, okay, yeah. And you draw the rabid unicorns, and they're like, yeah. One of them pulls out a horn, and then puts it
Oh.
back in its fur. And then when you draw the crown, uh, they kind of get a little tense.
And I noticed this.
Yeah, it's pretty palpable.
Like scared tense?
Uncomfortable. You get the sense that there's not a whole lot that scares these things. They're likely the top of the food chain in this area. Well,
I kind of
for the most part.
I kind of gesture towards the drawing and kind of point at my eyes and point at their eyes and gesture at the drawing again, just trying to get an idea. Sign language it out a bit, kind of have you seen this before kind of thing.
And one of the Yetis points over at Vitali. Where is the crown, by the way?
Yeah, she used it.
Vitali?
Mm-hmm.
She's holding on to it.
Yeah, is it like visible or like is it in your hand or are you like wearing it or
I would imagine it would be in her hand.
okay. Yeah, they point at that crown and kind of glare at it and then take out a little hunk of gold and then a hunk of silver and a piece of bronze and a piece of wood. The priestess points at the gold and then points at the one that Vitali's holding. Points at the silver and then points up in the mountains.
Wait, is that the crown?
Points at the bronze and kind of shrugs. And does the same for the wood.
A wooden crown. That's not...
Does Auric know what that means?
He goes, oh yeah, they're made out of different materials. Although wood is a bit of a... not quite right. It's dwarven metal that looks like wood.
Wow.
And which one is the one I'm holding?
The gold one.
Okay.
I kind of point to the silver one, or the piece of silver that they hold, and point in the direction that they pointed it was in. I guess I don't even know how I would do this. I'm just trying to
Trades.
convey, an interest in it. I'm wondering. I don't even know if it's possible to kind of to mime the idea of can you show us where?
Describe it.
I don't know how. That's the problem.
Roll a persuasion check.
14.
Let's see. I'm gonna roll a intelligence check for this thing, just to see if they can understand.
What if you
And it looks over at you and goes, "Huh?"
What if you mimed putting the crown in a bag, like finding it, putting it?
I could try that. Yeah.
And taking it, but
Yeah, I'm gonna point at the gold piece and like mime putting it in a bag, and then point at the silver and the bronze and the wood in order, and just kind of one at a time motion looking for them, putting them in the bag as well, or miming it.
Okay. I just rolled in that one. It looks at you and is like, huh?
okay, that didn't go so well. Good try though.
Language barriers.
Maybe they know sign language.
So the silver one's in the mountains. Oric, which one is the bronze one? Where is that?
We don't know. Oh, they don't know.
The bronze was to the west.
Oh, you know.
And then the dwarven metal was to the south. But who knows where they've been since?
That's fair. So this silver one, is it in a dwarven citadel somewhere?
Oh yeah, there's the dwarven keep up in the mountains.
Right, and we don't have any better estimate of where that is.
It's been a while since I've been out here.
Oh, I wasn't saying that to criticize you at all. Hmm.
Where what is?
Hey, Ori, ask if they know about a dwarven citadel somewhere.
Ooh.
Oh God, I'm the official translator.
Yeah, figure that one out.
I
Draw a
will.
castle or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll try to draw out like a castle-looking thing on the ground, and
Yeah, you got dwarves.
maybe a dwarf as well, like or a couple dwarfs in it.
Okay. Draw or not draw. Roll a performance check again.
Why is the rogue doing all the performing?
Because you're a rogue.
That is a 9.
Shit.
Oric looks down at the drawing and he's like, "Is that supposed to be a dwarf?"
I can't hear him
Dude.
because I don't have the crown.
That's insulting.
Wait a minute.
The Yeti is confused.
We can make. Hang on. Sorry. Look. I can apparently make pictures appear in the dirt.
Oh my God.
Stone. Look, I forgot. I used to do like, fantasy movies for the kids when they get bored, and I completely forgot. I've been away from them for a while. What does a citadel look like?
An armored
Oric.
city?
What does the citadel look like? Do you remember? Do you know?
I mean, have you ever seen a stone keep up in the mountains?
I'm from the plains.
Well, then I can't help you.
He says
What-
stone keep in the mountains. It's the best we can do.
I mean, it's got a tower and a door
Okay.
It's got a tower and a door.
and
It's got, like, a rook chess piece.
stones
Okay.
Stones.
and a wall.
Oh, and a wall. Is there a bridge? Like a moat?
Oh, no moat.
No moat. Pass on the moat.
Okay.
What about turrets?
As in like the top of the tower.
Yeah. Is it flat? Pointy roof?
Oh, flat.
Flat roof.
Fantastic. Well, I am. I like to dabble in art sometimes in my spare time, so maybe we'll have a good go at this. And I don't even roll for mold earth.
So
Can I
you
describe it?
you cast mold earth.
Mold earth causes me to. Oh fuck! I can't do magic. No, I don't. I don't. Ah! I can't make pictures. You know what? As I go and make the pictures, I meet eyes with the one that threatened me before, and immediately put my hands behind my back of my head and stretch like.
Whistle innocently.
Guys, guess what? I can't do the thing I said I can do. I don't know how to do a stone keep without magic.
Draw it with the stick. Or the arrow.
I hand over the arrow.
Oh no.
Roll a
You can't do any
performance
worse than
check,
I did.
Saldaloon.
The arrow is tiny in my hand. What do I roll? Performance? Okay. I look at them nervously. I said that word weird.
Or-
That's
Narvously.
nervously. That's how you smile when you roll a 13.
It's about the same quality that
Oh, God.
Sildaloon or Ori has been drawing. It's not great.
Okay, can I draw like lumpy potato with a scraggle beard
Mm-hmm.
and the symbol for $ above it.
Well, that's just racist.
Okay, there's literally vaults of gold that don't even come on. But obviously door, and then I draw the very a janky looking house around it, which is a box, and then a stick with an arrow on it, another stick with an arrow on it, the side of the boxes, and then a wiggly, a river all around it.
You said there wasn't a moat.
Oh, I erase it. I marve it. I take my fist and I go. That's
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then I honestly forget everything. A wall. Wait, it was a wall. I draw a wall. Another wall outside of the wall. Well, this is just 2 boxes. I really wish I could use magic.
Okay. So for that, I'll give you advantage on that performance check.
Okay. Please. Come on. Fuck you. 14.
14.
I rolled 1 higher.
Yeah, they're a little confused, but with your description of the drawing, it helped. So you just barely
I
passed.
erased them.
The main Yeti kind of looks down at your drawing and then looks over at you and reaches out and takes the little arrowhead and brushes the drawing a little bit to erase it in the dirt, and then starts drawing. And nat 20.
God damn it.
Draws like this
Bob
amazing,
Ross, the fucking Yeti.
amazing. Oh, it's so good. Um,
I am humbled.
and it's like, oh yeah. And Oric looks down and goes, "Yeah, that's the keep."
Yeah, that's it. Figure out where that is.
Can I point at the Yetis or at the leader of the Yeti and then gesture to all of us and then make like a walking motion with fingers and then point at the citadel that they just drew? Kind of can you take us there?
They get really tense again, and they start looking at each other and communicating. And they're talking for like a good 5 minutes, and eventually they nod their heads.
Out of curiosity, does anyone understand the language they're using?
Does anybody understand Yeti?
No, but I can cast comprehend languages.
Do you want to?
I do.
Okay. Let me just.
In the anti-magic zone?
Oh, is it anti-magic?
It
No
is
one
an
actually knows
anti-magic
about
zone.
that.
Mom's
Do they
gonna
like
get mad at
hate?
you.
Do they like hate magic?
You have no idea.
I'm just gonna do it because it's the only way to overcome a language barrier.
It
Okay.
seems like the benefits outweigh the potential cons.
You release the magic near the Yetis, and it immediately fizzles. And the ordained Yeti looks over at you and kind of squints, like, "What did you do?"
It wasn't me this time.
Make a perception
Where?
check.
Me?
Yep. And Sildaloon.
6.
I didn't do it. It's a 13.
13. Seldaloon, you know that you're watching Peppernoja try to cast a spell, and you're kind of watching the Yeti, and as the spell fails, you notice that some of the threads that this Yeti is wearing change color.
Ooh. Is it? Can I tell if it's absorbing the magic or just dispelling it?
You're not certain.
Okay. Oh, Pepinoja. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but that doesn't. Well, no magic will work here as far as I know, but there's some kind of power going on here.
Pepinoja nods. He does his best to communicate. I do have a feature that I think might kind of work, right? Speak with small beasts.
They're
Obviously
10
these
feet
people.
tall.
No, I know, I
They're-
know. Obviously these guys are not small, but I figure that with that feature has to come some general miming ability or the ability to
Um,
communicate simple ideas.
yeah, simple ideas, but not
All
super
Pepinoja wants to
complex.
communicate, all Pepinoja wants to communicate is that he wants to understand them.
Um,
Which would be the shortest thing Pepinoja has tried to say since joining us.
Indeed.
yes, but so like considering that like miming that you want understanding, that's a hugely complex idea. If you really think about it.
Yeah. I guess I was more focused on like talking to one another, right? Like I just wanted to talk to them.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
You know what I
okay,
mean? I figure I could get that across and that they'd kind of get what I was going for.
okay. One of the Yetis, the main Yeti, grunts at you and then kind of like cocks its head to the side.
I point at the runes that I had drawn for my spell. Um and I point at myself. I make like a talking motion. I point at him, talking motion, that sort of thing.
The Yeti points down at the pictures.
He nods.
Hmm. I guess that's their language for this.
For now.
Uh, do we have Eladon? You were mapping the area. Could they look at what you've got so far?
I mean, yeah, I haven't really mapped out too far up here since we ducked into the cave, but I'm gonna start pulling out the maps of the area that I've been kind of drawing up.
Okay.
They might be able to show us on the map where it is.
Um, the Yeti looks it over and starts to kind of looks for like some charcoal.
Yeah, there's some by the fire. Maybe.
Okay,
Well, remnants of it.
yeah, and it starts to fill in some of the map, or attempts to anyway. I assume that you have been using a kit,
Oops,
so it's
I
a
was muted. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I was actually
Eladon
gonna
has
say
all the. Yeah, sorry.
I, I I actually handed my quill and ink.
oh, very deftly then is filling in some of this map.
Yeah,
So
my bad. I
starts to
accidentally hit my mute button again.
Oh,
um, and gets somewhat detailed as to like the mountains and draws out a spot where the uh, 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 dwarven fortress is, but then kind of points to it and indicates no.
uh,
Like, don't go there. No,
Roll an insight.
that's a 12.
Yeah, that's enough to understand that it's a no. Don't go there.
Hmm. I'm gonna give it a puzzled look.
It
Like,
picks up
like
the
why not?
arrow arrow again and draws a Yeti in the dirt.
Do they
So
look
there's
like
another one of you there.
And then it doesn't quite understand your question.
just
And the Yeti it drew is like menacing looking.
Okay, then yeah, me Yeti. Okay.
Can I, with my amazing artistic abilities, kind of draw us like moving towards that big menacing Yeti and possibly like crossing it out, like trying to convey we can kill it? Because I get the impression that this is a menace to them as well.
You start to draw these like childlike versions of your group and draw an arrow to the menacing Yeti and then cross it out. And it takes a second, and then the Yetis start to talk again. And they look you over almost as if they're sizing you up.
they think we're gonna die.
Yeah.
They go back to talking a little bit more. One of them shrugs.
Ha! Oh, it can't hurt.
And then the main Yeti turns back to you and like slams the ground and like stands up, and they start walking towards the back of the cave and start to disappear around the corner.
Huh.
Oh, should we
And when
follow?
they realize that you're not following, the last one kind of comes back and gestures for you to follow.
Oh, we'll follow them.
Right.
Okay. It's super dark. Who's leading?
Well, I can see, so I'll be behind the Yeti at least.
I'll lead too.
I become a nocturnal animal.
Okay.
I become a possum.
A possum. I like it. Sildaloon kind of like disappears for a second, and then y'all notice this little possum running around.
Possaloon.
Possaloon. Damn, that got me.
I pause and stare up, and I can't say anything, so I just nod and keep walking.
Spec nod.
You guys start traversing through this elaborate cave system. You didn't think that this cave went back that far at first, but you pass through the circular room, go through a crack in the wall,
I didn't even see this before.
and it
Yes,
just
I would have
keeps
mentioned it before, but we
going
were interrupted.
and going and going. At certain points, the cave juts off into different pathways, but the Yetis stay within distance so that you can continue to follow them. After several hours, like
Oh, man.
half a day of like a good 12 hours,
Well, okay. Crap.
you start to see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, that's not menacing.
And then you notice that it's not like daylight, but it's these mushrooms that are glowing in the darkness.
Oh, neat.
Oh, bioluminescent.
And it seems to be marking the exit to a cave. And you step out, and you're stepping out from behind what appears to be a frozen waterfall.
Ooh, that's fancy.
That's cool.
And as you do so, you look up, and you're standing over a frozen lake in the night with the stars reflecting off of the ice of this lake. and you look out across, and on the other side of this lake, up on top of um, a flat top of the mountain, which seems to have been carved out, sits um, a fortress.
Oh wow.
That was convenient.
Yeah. Also, I had to change out of a possum form like 2 hours ago, so I've just been walking blindly behind you guys. That's okay. This is really nice. Has it stopped horror weathering?
Yes, it appears to have stopped hailing quite some time ago.
A tragedy to have such an interesting situation stop. A blessing to not die outside.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
Or
somebody roll a
inside to
d8.
Yeti.
Me roll a d8? Who roll a d8?
Somebody. Doesn't matter who.
I got a 2.
A 2. It is overcast
Oh,
with
Makes sense.
little breaks that the starlight is coming through.
Deceptively simple.
so
hmm
how
Um,
far are we from it?
the Yetis kind of look at you guys and they indicate that they're going back into the cave.
I
Pepinoja
will.
waves.
Yep. Give him a slight bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
They kind of the main Yeti points to the three of them and points towards them at the mouth of the cave, as if they're going to wait for you here.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, you want us to just go right up now?
And then they kind of gently nudge you towards the fortress.
Vitali goes.
Yeah.
we have our course.
Okay. Well, that's where we'll pick it up next time.
Hooray.
All right.
We'll go fish the
Oh,
ring.
except for one of the Yetis kind of gives a sad grunt, as if it will never see
Walking
you
into
again.
our doom. Saying goodbye to their newfound puppies.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks. It was good playing with you guys again. Thanks everybody for listening. We'll be playing again next week. Have a good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Later.
Bye bye.